to look up. Blood began to trickle down my collarbone. Everything on your body was bought with my money, wasn't it? What's wrong with taking a pendant? Even if I took your life, it would be my right. I looked into her icy eyes. My mind flashed back to when we were 12. She had gotten into a bloody fight with a group of rich kids just to get this pendant back for me. Back then, she told me that as long as she was around, no one would touch my things. I lowered my head and stopped fighting. Seraphina stuffed the jade into Chase's hand. Chase held the ancient stone, warmed by my body heat, and curled his lip in disgust. Ugh, it smells like a basement. It's so tacky and outdated. I don't even want this junk. He tossed it carelessly. The pendant hit the floor and shattered into a dozen pieces. Seraphina wasn't angry. Instead, she playfully pinched Chase's nose. Good riddance. Since you don't like it, I'll take you to buy something better later. The bodyguards let go, and I collapsed onto the shards of jade. The sharp edges sliced into my palms, and blood pooled on the floor. I let out a muffled groan of agony. Jasper, what happened to you? Martha, the head housekeeper, rushed out of the kitchen and knelt by my side. She looked at my bleeding hands, her voice trembling with heartbreak. Miss Seraphina, how could you do this to him? He's your husband. You old hag, since when does a servant lecture the master? Chase stepped forward and delivered a stinging slap to her face. Sarah, are the servants in your house always this disrespectful? I'd like to teach her a lesson for you. 30 slaps should do it, right? I pulled Martha behind me, my heart racing. Seraphina, she's just worried about me. She's served you for over a decade. Don't take it out on her. If you're angry, come at me. Chase tugged at Seraphina's sleeve, acting like a spoiled child. Sarah, look at him. We're divorced and he still thinks he's the man of the house. If the servants keep acting like they own the place, how am I supposed to live here? Seraphina patted Chase's head with pure adoration. You re the master of this house now. You decide. The guards grabbed Martha without hesitation. The heavy sound of slaps began to echo through the living room. I tried to rush forward to stop them, but a guard shoved me back with brutal force. My back slammed into a display cabinet. Vases shattered, and shards of porcelain buried themselves in my skin. The agonizing pain made my vision blur. For a split second, I thought I saw a flash of pain in Seraphina's eyes, but in the next heartbeat, she turned away. Martha's cries filled the room. Ignoring my own pain, I crawled to Seraphina's feet and knelt. I left a dark trail of blood on the floor as I swayed from the dizziness. Stop it. Please, let her go. It's my fault. I'll take the punishment, okay? Seraphina looked down at me from her height, a cold smirk on her lips. You acted so tough when you signed the papers. Now you're kneeling over a few slaps to a servant? Fine. You stay here and serve me and Chase for the next few days. If I'm satisfied, I'll let her go. I looked at Martha, who had passed out from the pain, and gritted my teeth. Wimp, you really are pathetic. Seraphina dragged Chase upstairs. Soon, the sounds of their intimacy began to drift down from the master bedroom. I dragged my broken body over to Martha and picked her up. Step by step, I carried her back to the tiny servants' quarters. When Martha woke up, she immediately tried to check my wounds, apologizing through tears. Jasper, I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. Don't hate Seraphina, blame me. Years ago, when my parents were looking for a decoy, Martha had offered her own daughter to save herself from an abusive situation. Her only request was to stay as a maid to watch over Seraphina. She was my mother in name, but she was the only one who truly cared for me. It's not your fault. Just 3 more days. We just have to survive until then. I clenched my jaw to keep from screaming as she pulled the porcelain shards from my back. Martha's touch became even gentler. Her eyes were filled with a complicated sadness. She probably wanted to tell me to be kind to Seraphina once I regained my status, but seeing my scars, she couldn't say it.